Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. Stu Rich and Mike Wood here after a very long cup week, a very long cup month. Mike, I think punters, a few of them are still just scratching their heads. 100 to 1 winner, Mighty Boss over the carnival. We've had the 50 to 1 Caulfield Cup winner in boom time. The $1.60 favourite getting rolled in the Oaks, but a really open cup to finish things off. What a period of racing.
Amazing period of racing, amazing carnival. We won in Sydney, we lost in Melbourne. Isn't that always the way for a Sydney punter? Same for us. But it's hard not to love Flemington, isn't it? The theatre, the fantastic course that it is. I'm not missing it next year. I'm going down for sure.
No, I absolutely love the carnival. We will be there next year. But I'll tell you what else I love. All the, the social media love, all that positive engagement and negative as well. But look, it's the great information that's getting across to the customers out there at the moment. We're living in such a good age, and Key Factors, well, we're trying our bit to just keep it going, and it's on to the new year for us.
Yeah, it feels like we're part of a movement, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So much good information from Racing New South Wales and others online, on Twitter, etc. And yeah, great to see it continue into next carnival.
It's great to see it continue, and for all those new punters in there, we're going to show you the way to the Sydney Quaddie this weekend. That's what we're here to do at Rosehill Gardens. So let's get stuck into the first leg. It is the November Topaz over the 1900 metres, and some real quality horses and some really good rematches here as well. We've got Interlocutor versus Black on Gold again, and Black on Gold, well, came out and beat New Tipperary the next start, so that's franking that form, and we don't underestimate New Tipperary after all that money just flooded in last time.
Yeah, small field, so much form around each other, these horses. A New Tipperary, big improvement, a much better run for him last start. A really good race. It's a handicap over 1900 metres to kick off the Quaddie. A smaller field, so only a steady to fair tempo. Look, the rail's out 6 metres. The rain's coming, so we think it's going to be a soft track. We think the bias will be fair because of that rain, maybe slightly off rail, so hopefully pretty fair racing. Looking for wet trackers across the 3 key factors to kick us off. Soft track's got to be a key factor for these stayers. A jockey, there's a few jockeys coming up from Melbourne that could make all the difference. And scope, a couple of stayers on the rise. We've got to factor that in for sure.
Well, let's kick-start this Quaddie at Rosehill Gardens this weekend as we have a look at the market. And there is Interlocutor. It started into the red when markets opened up, and he's still there at $1.80. Black on Gold, who won the Topaz preview at $4.40, beating New Tipperary there at $5. A little bit of specking today for Prince Cherie as well, who was also a big run in that race. But look, this looks like it's Interlocutor, then just a couple there, Mike. The punters are really honing in on just a few.
They are, aren't they? And hopefully after these 2 replays, you can make a pretty quick decision on which horse you like, because they all raced around each other. Embley in the lead, doing the best of the on-paces, beating Dark Eyes home. New Tipperary coming to the outside in the yellow sleeves, like we said before. A much better run from him a couple of weeks ago. But there's the winner, Black on Gold, Kathy O'Hara, along the rails.
Yeah, tough to do sometimes. Come up along the rails, shows so much fight. And New Tipperary, you said it, absolutely smashed in the market when he hits the front here.
Yeah, that betting plunge was such a big indicator he was going to run better, and boy, he did. Talk about running better. Prince Cherie for John O'Shea. He's back for sure.
Well, a week before, over the same distance, let's see how this Interlocutor form ties in. We've got to have a look at this run, Mike.
Yeah, amazing that we can look at this form line and tie it all in just those couple of weeks before. Interlocutor really well back this day. Godolphin Blue, White Cap coming to the outside. His first start on a soft track, and he did really well. We were worried about Black on Gold on the soft track this day as well. Christian Reith riding him so patiently, and he ran on too.
He ran on, but Interlocutor, this was the second leg of a multi into Winks around the country, I think, this day on Cox Plate Day. Good win, very strong.
Yeah, 2 horses in form. We saw Black and Gold win since then. They're going well, but there are weight swings on Saturday.
Let's look at a couple of replays. Let's get stuck into all this analysis now for the Quaddie into the first leg. We're going to start with the form and then follow it up with all the key factors for each of the 4 races. So let's start the race here, Mike, with the form.
Yeah, let's light them up. Interlocutor obviously in form. The Bay Gelding doing really well. The 2 darker horses, Black on Gold and New Tipperary, just behind.
So it's Interlocutor out in front as we hit the key factors and a soft track.
Yeah, most of them okay. Black on Gold. Look, he was okay a couple of starts ago on that soft ground, but still yet to post a really good performance on that soft ground. So the rest get gold, he doesn't.
And an interesting stat, the jockey.
Yeah, there's these carnival jockeys coming back up, aren't they? New Tipperary's got Abdullah, Prince Cherie's got Shin, Dark Eyes has got Hieronymus, and Embley gets Collett back on. They're all big pluses for those 4 horses.
Carnival jockeys making a bit of an impact. How about scope as we round the bend? Who's going to improve the most out of these?
Yeah, the 2 favourites maybe don't have big pluses for jockey, but they are the 2 on the rise with the scope. We've given them a bit of a kicker, but at home you might even give them more of a kicker. They're definitely horses improving.
So it's Interlocutor there, just putting his nose in front as we finish that race. Well, Mike, look, it's time for a bet here. We've got Interlocutor. Look, $1.80 favourite. We knew he was going to be on top. He's right there. But look, I also expect for an odds-on pop to see a little bit more in the ratings, a little bit more of a gap there for me. Some punters might be able to play that, but James Cummings, I mean, he's played it so patiently with this horse. We saw that, that key factor Scope. I mean, he could have taken him to Melbourne. He's got a fair bit up his sleeve, I think.
Yeah, I think you like him, don't you, Stu? A lot of people at home will like Interlocutor and wonder why he's so close. Look, like we said, if he keeps improving, he's the one to beat on weights, measures on the soft track. We just can't be super confident about him. So we're going a bit creative, we're going a bit wide, we're going for value like you always have to do in these scenarios. Embley, he was good on pace last start, better than it looked. He's a value bet for a place. Okay, so it's Embley to place there, but look, the punters are going to go a few ways in this race. To kick things off in the first leg of the quaddie, let's have a look at the second leg. It is over the 1,200 metres, and a couple of nice reduced choice 4-year-olds coming back here. We've got Careless Choice to Gelding from Masara, and Pipeline, who's still a stallion for Gerald Ryan, and Ed O'Rourke, the Irishman, he's got a new recruit too in Dubio, but the luck of the Irish is not with him just yet, Mike. No, he's not winning much. I think he's only won one from his last 50. That was in the country, hasn't won for 2 months. He needs a win. Let's get Ed home and see how he goes. Looking at the race benchmark, 1,200 metres with a soft track and hopefully a fair bias. The three key factors for this race: Rosehill Gardens, which of the horses loves the track, loves the distance as well, and which of the solid types that are really reliable.
Let's have a look at the market. Hope you're all off to a winning start after that first leg of the quaddie. As we have a look here, and best guess really crunched in from $5 opening quote, racing really well for Chris Waller this prep at $3.80. Pick me up, a little bit of money there again, and also the money came for that horse Fresh. Pelorus Jack, plenty of excuses there, Fresh, and we'll look at all these. These are all the fresh horses. We've got Pipeline, Careless Choice, Star Reflection, all right there. So this is a great little betting race here for the second leg of the quaddie, Mike, but best guess has got the money.
Yeah, much more open, and those two favourites raced each other last start at the same track over a slightly shorter distance. So we've got to look at that race first and foremost, and it was all about the apprentice jockeys this day. You can't see it, but Lee McGorrigan on best guess on the rails kind of drove the horse up a couple of backsides before coming back to the inside. Took a while to balance up, not his best ride, and probably even a worse ride. Courtney Vanderwerf on Pick Me Up didn't get interested to the 350 metres. I think the stewards had a word to her afterwards. Both running on pretty well.
Okay, you can pick out a bad ride there. We've got Pomelo, Ozark, we've got Tango Rain, so some really good form lines around there. Let's have a look at this horse Pipeline. I mean, look, the trial, you can read too much into trials, but what do you do about this? In the orange and the black hat, we've got to make our minds up here.
Yeah, trials can send you grey early, can send you broke early. What do you do, Stu? I don't know. I mean, he hasn't raced for a while. The first trial was quiet. This is the second. He's in the Washington Heights colours in the yellow and red. He's ridden along an 1,100 metre trial with tumultuous, absolutely flying past him. You're kidding. He can't win a sprint race on Saturday, can he?
Would have thought he'd have to do a bit more off that, but that's what we're going to do now. Get stuck into the analysis. Let's pick it up with the form, Mike, and then get stuck into the key factors.
Yeah, best guess, in form, racing well. Beat Pick Me Up last start, so he's the one that lights up and gets the gold bar for form.
So it's best guess, just putting your nose in front for form and the track for the first key factor to get the race underway.
Yeah, looking for horses that love Rosehill Gardens. Pipeline, we know, loves Rosehill. He won their last preparation. Pick Me Up loves the Rosehill track, and best guess, he raced well at their last start. We saw that. Okay, so just Pelorus Jack dropping a little bit behind. How about distance? Yeah, big plus for Pick Me Up. 1,000 metres first up, 1,100 metres second up. Thanks for coming. 1,200 third up. Perfect for him. Best guess, absolutely smashed them the last time he got to this distance. And reliability, that's Pelorus really lagging in behind there. How about these reliable types? They're the ones we love. Yeah, I'm not sure about Pipeline. First up, he's at risk. We saw that before. Star Reflection, Careless Choice, such reliable types, but so are the two favourites. The two favourites there, I mean, they're the ones you can really trust. We've got two favourites there, two top raters on top. That's a really big gap back to third, Mike. Is this just a case now of having a bet, getting that tab app out and saying, I'm just going to jump on one of these, but we know one of those was much better odds? Is that the way we're going to go? Yeah, looking at the odds and looking at the total ratings to see which of these horses we like, and you've picked it so well, Stu. Big margin to third, one's much better odds. That's an easy pick, isn't it, for us? Pick Me Up each way all day. Third up, 1,200 metres, Rosehill. Everything's great. He's a big unit, so I'm a little bit worried about him on a really soft, heavy track, but he's been proven there before and you think he's going to do well. So the best bet for us is Pick Me Up. He's so reliable, so consistent. And the other favourite's reliable as well. So the value bet's got to be Quinella with those two horses in. All right, ceasing the confidence there. They're right on top, those two, and we've gone for the value. There's a look at the second leg of the quaddie. Stick around after the break and we'll wrap up legs 3 and 4 at Rosehill Gardens this weekend.
Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. We're up to leg 3 of the Quaddie this weekend at Rosehill Gardens. It's hashtag the races handicap over the 1400 metres. And Mike, we've got Redouble backing up after winning, well, a pretty stinky race here last week. And well, Flow, this horse has just been cruising in the trials. So look, a few different angles the punters can see here on paper going into this race.
Yeah, Redouble last, then first. He got us last start. Let's have a look and see what we do with him. Benchmark 80, 1400 metres. A steady to fair tempo, only a couple going forward. Soft track, fair bias. We talked about across the 3 key factors for the third leg of the Quaddie. We're going with scope. There's a few horses with improvement in this race. We're going with power. There's a few country types that don't really have a turn of foot, which is so important coming to city grade. And distance as well. The 1400 metres is quite a unique distance range.
Okay, we're 2 legs down in the Quaddie. Let's have a look at the market for this third leg at Rosehill Gardens this weekend. And Redouble, look, crunched in the betting, all 3 starts this preparation. Already a little bit of money around, into $3.10. Cosmic Engine, another one they came for fresh at $4.60 here. There's Flow, trialling really well, winning his latest one at $5.50. So Spirited, one of those provincial horses, racing so well at $8.50. And that's about it for the under the $10, Mike. But Redouble, a little bit unreliable, but got the job done last start. Yeah,
we would look at the replay, but we can't tack looking at that race 7 days ago. You can look at it at home if you want. He won, but we're not sure about the form around that race. So we're going to look at Cosmic Engine, one of the other favourites. Second up last preparation, 1400 metres last preparation, and a soft track as well. So obviously such similar conditions to what he meets on Saturday. He comes to the outside in the green and white. He picks up pretty well on the wet track, but it's not about the way he picks up. It's about the last 200 metres, isn't it, Stu?
Yeah, strong. Love this. Seeing a horse just out wide, surging. Loves the soft, as you said. It's going to get all these conditions again on Saturday. Great win.
This is a massive win. He puts a margin on him, which is fantastic to see. The second horse in that race was okay. Came place next start in the city as well. So a weak race, but the form was okay.
And the trial watchers, well, they've all been salivating over Flow. So let's have a look just outside the lead here in the white cap. Look at this gap back to third.
We saw Pipeline tanking in his trial. Now we're going to see Flow absolutely cruising. What do you do with his trials apart from watch them over and over again and try and imagine how he's going to race? But you never know till he turns up on Saturday. But it's an incredible trial, just like the first one. He cruises up to Ed O'Rourke's Dubio. He's under a hold. Wow.
That is under a very good hold. The trial watchers, they're just loving that, aren't they?
Love that trial.
Let's get this race started, Mike. You've got to get stuck into the analysis. Who's got all the form to get us going?
Yeah, looking at form straight away. Look, it's a pretty closely matched form race. Cosmic Engine won first up off a steady tempo, so he gets the gold bar for form for us.
Cosmic Engine just is in front as we start the race, heading into the first key factor, scope, Mike.
Yeah, you'll notice in the form guide, a lot of these favourites are 4-year-olds with scope, lightly raced, and more improvement to come. That gives them a big tick for us.
All the favourites with good scope there. How about the power at the Rosehill track?
Yeah, this key factor really gives us a chance to knock some of those country types that don't have the sprint that the city horses do. So Spirited, Ruthless Agent, especially Brother-in-Arms, they need a really wet track and or a really strong tempo to figure.
All right, sacking a bit of that country form. And how about the distance?
Yeah, lots of them love the 1400 metres. Redouble, the horse we want to sack so desperately again. He's unplaced at the distance and maybe he wants shorter.
Okay, so look, there's the race. Cosmic Engine just there with Flow. So we've got 2 on top. It's looking a little bit like that second race there. I mean, Cosmic is form behind, beats them through the winter. I just think that was so strong. Flow, we really like that trial. As I said, setting up a little bit similar to that last race. We've got to have a bet here. So is it about these 2 on top, or is there something coming from the back here, Mike?
Well, Galaxy Warrior is not far behind and he's $14, isn't he?
Okay, so we might have found one.
It's like the last race, and there's 2 top raters with better price, so Flow or Galaxy Warrior. That's the one we had to choose between, and look, the margin was just big enough and we just love those trials so much. So look, if you like Galaxy Warrior, don't let us put you off him. He's doing really well and he's really consistent, so each way play for sure, but we're going for Flow. Those trials have sucked us in. 1400 metres he can sprint. And once again, put a Quinella with the other favourite. Cosmic Engine, so consistent.
Okay, so it's Flow off the trial form in the third leg of the Quaddie there. Let's bring it all home in race 9 over the 1100 metres to round out the day. And well, a big question in racing always, Mike, is how long do you keep your horses up for? Tango Rain, first, second, third, fifth. Is Gerald Ryan having one too many bites of the cherry? We'll see on Saturday. And how about this horse, Glenall? A really big watch fresh for the new Hawk stable as well.
Yeah, one at the start of their preparation, one at the end. Let's see how they go. Benchmark 96, 1100 metre race. Fair to strong tempo this time. Some more leaders in this race. A soft track, a fair bias. They probably will be coming a little bit off rails, you'd think, Stu, by this stage of the day. Looking across the 3 key factors, position and run. Which horses have the best barriers to get the cushy run? Rosehill Gardens again. We're looking for sprinters that love the Rosehill Gardens track and genuine 1100 metre sprinters too.
Well, let's have a look at the market and hope everyone's alive heading into the last leg of the Quaddie this weekend. And there's that horse Glenall, now with the Hawks camp, favourite at $4 only, just in front of Pomelo after that good fresh win. That's some good money there for Pomelo as well. Tactical Advantage right there at $5. Fickle Folly, that's some money there, in from $10 today, looking for the hat trick. And a little bit of a specking here for a few of these. We've got Tango Rain, Kinsachi, but this is a great tight market and a really good race to round out the Quaddie, Mike.
It's a cracking get-out stakes, isn't it? The race 9 sometimes gets some shockers, but we love this race. Let's have a look at a horse that we really love as well, Fickle Folly. She's hard not to love this horse, isn't it? She's on pace, she's tough, she's the chestnut in the yellow colours, going on to win. I guess Warring, I thought so out of a race, is pretty easy to do, but she still did it well. And there's Tactical Advantage in the red, running on out wider.
Look, we love a fighter here on Key Factors. Sue Grills loves a fighter as well in Fickle Folly. How good's this? Lifting late. Love it.
Yeah, such a strong win. Look, Tactical Advantage, he showed his quality from the 4 to the 200 metres, quickening into the race. So he's got that sprint, he's got that quality we know about. He just peaked on his run. He needs some more fitness. Don't sack him at all.
Well, look, Glenall, I mean, this is a horse that's been spruiked all through his very short campaign, or 2 campaigns, but he's got Group 1 form. We have to have a look at this, Mike. Group 1 and 2. Take us through this Group 1.
I can't believe we're showing this race in the benchmark race on Saturday. It's the Group 1. Is it the Galaxy, Stu? I think there's Russian Revolution. There's the Everest winner, Red Cell. And can you believe it? Glenall's in the mix. He's coming to the outside. He's running on. That's felines on his inside. So a really good quality open grade sprinter. Look, he's not disgraced at all, is he, Stu?
Some serious form in this race. And look, there's a gap back to him in 4th, but not disgraced at all.
No, but he did get beaten by 15 Sunflowers a couple of starts before that. So up and down.
That's what we've got to weigh up. Let's have a look at all this analysis now. Let's get this race started as we have a look at the form for the last leg of the Quaddie.
Wide open when it comes to form. Fickle Folly. There's a couple of form lines that just puts her on top of Pomelo just. Kinsachi back in grade. Cadero, he's flying in his trial. We didn't see, but that was huge too.
Okay, so Fickle Folly, Kinsachi, Cadero, all out in front. As we look at the key factors, position and run, who's got the nice draws?
Yeah, lots of favourites have nice, cushy draws. Even Fickle Folly could get across and get the box seat if she's lucky, but all those favourites nicely drawn, really well suited on Saturday.
Kinsachi sticking the neck out. How about the track here at Rosehill?
Yeah, we know Tactical Advantage will prefer Rosehill to Ramick. That sticky Ramick track wasn't ideal for such a power horse. Savaro down the bottom, the tasty horse from France, she likes the track as well.
Coming around the bend, wrapping it up with distance, Mike.
Yeah, 1100 metres, another big plus for Tactical Advantage. He loves the Rosehill 1100. We saw Glenall, he's got Group 1 1100 metre form. How can you not give him the gold bar?
This looks really close. We've got a fair stack of them there. We've got to have a bet here though, Mike. We've got to round out the Quaddie in style. So let's have a look at this market. And well, there's value all across here. I can see Tactical Advantage. I can see Kinsachi. Even Cadero down there. You've made a bit of a case of him. This is a really tight market. This is really close for me. How are we going to play this? Are we going to go wide and have a little look?
Yeah, I think you can in this race. If you like Cadero each way, it could be the time to play him early in his preparation because he was flying last prep. Kinsachi's obviously an each way bet as well. And look, you probably picked out those 3 or 4, Stu, all in the market, all well rated from our side and probably value. Glenall, maybe not. He's $4, isn't he? He's just not strong enough for us. So looking to the best bet, we're going to stick with the top rater just because he's so consistent, second up, ready to improve. Tactical Advantage is the best bet for us. And across the value bet, you've got to weigh up those factors and you've got to go for Kinsachi back in grade. She loves a wet track too.
All right, so no favourite there in the last. Let's wrap it up now and have a look at our Quaddie. And last week, Mike, you were shaking early when they put the highway in. It sunk us early, redouble sunk us a bit later on, so we've got to back up here this week. Let's have a winning week.
We want to get a big one in the soft, boggy Rosehill track, starting off with race 6. Look, I mean, we could have left in Tolocata, Black on Gold. They're the horses with scope, but the weight and the soft track made us put those other 3 in. Up to you at home what you do. Race 7, we like those 3. Peep me up, best guess, the best bets. Careless Choice is kind of the wild card, isn't he, first up? We like the way that horse goes about his business. Race 8's got a bit of a cosmic feel about it. Cosmic Engine, Galaxy Warrior, and Flow in between. And race 9, 1100 metres, 6 quality sprinters. Leave out Glenall if you're really feeling really bold.
I'm liking this Quaddie. It sounds like you've been really umming and ahhing over race 6 though.
Yeah, that's the one that even during this show I'm thinking of pulling those other 3 out and putting just those 2 in, but at home you'll make your own mind up.
Well, look, it's been a winning carnival over the Sydney Carnival, and we've got to keep that going on Key Factors this weekend. Good luck out at Rosehill if you're punting, and we hope you steered you into a winner there with the Quaddie this weekend and a few of our best and value bets.
Cheers, good punting.
See you next week.